Good evening, everybody. So I'm back with another quick video. There are some interesting happenings going on with Cardano today, so I thought I'd just have a quick analysis about it, right? So Cardano, right? This afternoon, well, today actually, something interesting happened over here. Okay, so let's take a look at 5-minute chart. Well, in the daily chart, you can see, right, there's a strong rejection here. This is today. Despite a strong bull run, there's a strong rejection at the price. So let me show you here. This right here. Wait, before I go further, let me just remove the previous drawings. Okay, so you can see, yeah, or rather, let's just do higher, lower high, and then higher high, something like that. Let me move this. Okay, something like that, with the lows looking something like this. Nope, shit. Nope, sorry. What's this? Let me do this again. Sorry, yes. Okay, so from here to here, that's the new channel. So we had a rejection. Yeah, it had rejections here. Yeah, it had rejection here basically. So let me just redraw this. This is a crappy box. Yeah, it rejected the price here. Now, what's interesting to me? So this is kind of expected, right? This downturn's pretty expected. But what's interesting to me, right, was the reaction of of this downturn, right? So if you're going to look at the 5-minute chart, 5-minute chart. So this is a 5-minute chart. Yeah. So to me, this is the one that's worthy of taking note. Right. So you can see this was yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday. So yesterday it reached a relative high. Right. Tried to test the pivot point as well as the trend line. It failed. So it went on a lower high range. So yeah, you can see it tested, failed, consolidated, right, and then went down, went on the consolidation phase in general. So this is a very classic example, right, of something failing to break through. So theoretically this should be a pennant. Or rather, it's not a very clear pennant, but there is some signs of it. So the thing is, it's not a very strong sign, and so the market, the psychology is like it's uncertain. So when it broke through, when this pivot point, you can see that so when it first consolidated and it failed, it went to the next pivot point and started consolidating as well. So at this stage, the price was undecided, or the market rate was undecided, and so the market crashed. Why? Because when how do I say this? As you can see, it broke down many support lines. It broke down many support lines, and then went through another consolidation phase again. Right, so this purple line, it didn't break through the purple line. Why? Because this is the 200 EMA, usually 200 moving average. Usually is a very strong trend line, right? So, however, after some consolidation and some what we call ranging, because the signs aren't strong in the first place, right? Everything collapsed, went straight downhill. So, the point to note, right, to me, is this seems. See, the market tried to support the thing. The bulls were trying to fight the bears at this stage. Every time the bear came in, the bulls were trying to fight, and then it was pretty. I mean, obviously the bears were winning, but they were still fighting. Then the bulls just ran out of steam, and this happened. Right. So this, some could say manipulation. Some could say just. I would like to think that it just ran out of steam, right? Ran out of bulls, right? Basically, ran out of buyers, and so it went straight down. But obviously, the bulls are there waiting. The buyers are standing by to see what happens, right? Because as it approaches this pivot point, let me just delete this box. As it approaches this pivot point, the prices become more and more attractive to the buyers, and so you can see immediately there was a rejection. You can see a long rejection down here. People started buying here, buy, all the way up here, right? And so at this new pivot point, it rejected the price again, so it went straight down, tried to range a little bit. I would generally say this is like bearish pennant. Actually, you can see. You can see, right? So what does this indicate? It entered the channel downwards, therefore it exits the channel downwards. Right. Very straightforward. Actually kind of predictable, don't you think? As I've mentioned this many times. So now it tried to test the pivot point again. Succeeded for a bit, but also because it got a bit close to the trend line, got rejected. Alright. And now look at the trend line. So it goes like that. Like that. And then what's the trend now? You see, you go in downwards, you exit downwards. So interestingly, right, it's going back up again, as expected, but we shall see. There seems to be a slight rejection going on here. Obviously, it's too early to say, but let's see. If we were to draw a trend line like this, you can see that it's a bit dangerous for traders right now, especially if you like over leveraged. This right here, right? This is a sign. Yes, now that I mention it, this is the sign of the bears, or rather of the whales, trying to kill the people who have over leveraged. Such a big spike. It's therefore it's a trap. It's basically a trap to kill the sellers. All right. Okay, so what's next? Now you can see that there's a new channel forming. Right, what's likely gonna happen is like that. Probably bounce around in the channel for a little bit. Quite likely gonna break out, because, why do I say that? Because there's no space here. It's faced with two key resistances. right? If you look at a bigger scale, yeah, 2 key resistances right here. It might go down a bit further, but not much further, and then it should head straight back up here, which is probably where I would take profit, around here. So for traders, we should look at aim for something. Okay, so long-term versus short-term traders again, right? Short-term, right? What should we do? Do not enter now. Look, there's a rejection happening already. Oops. So wait for the price. I would suggest entering here and then exiting here. Set your take profit just below the trend line, perhaps. Pretty interesting trade, isn't it? 3%, a quick 3% upside. Hey, perhaps maybe even lower. 2.5, 1%, 2 to 1 risk ratio, basically. 2 to 1's always easy, and it's only a 1% risk, like whatever. But wait for this price. Wait for this price. Long term? Long term, if you guys are gonna hold long term, nothing to worry about. On a daily chart, still on track. For the next few days will be a bit erratic. Let's see. From now to here, the 11th. The next 7 days, the next week probably will still be pretty erratic. So just gotta buckle up and just hold. I would suggest, yeah, just hold. And then see what happens. Delete. Market is still, generally speaking, right, recovering from the crash, this crash here. So at this point of time, even if we hit the intersection point here, it's still not very clear if it's going to go up or down, in my opinion, because there's a downtrend here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down here. After here, it will go straight back down here. I mean, I hope not, but wouldn't be surprised. If you're one of those more adventurous ones, take a short 42%. But I mean, your call. All risks, all trades carry risks, right? So yeah, I just thought I'd quickly talk about Cardano here. It's a interesting. Something interesting happened today, right? So yeah, this is interesting over here as well. The prices quite uniform, like it. Yep, pretty straightforward chart analysis for Cardano. So if you found it useful, do like and subscribe. If not, leave a comment. Let me know how it can be better. Let me know if you got any questions, comments. Yeah, and I'll do my best to answer. If nothing else, then till next time.